Welcome! In the next few minutes, we'll show you how to take a headlight from this to this in 4 easy steps with the Malco Headlight Restoration Kit. Most automotive headlights are made from plastic, usually polycarbonate. This surface has great impact resistance but is easily scratched and will yellow and oxidize in sunlight. To prevent this, headlights are treated with a hard coat when they're manufactured. Unfortunately, these hard coats have a limited life and will eventually turn yellow and cloudy. This not only creates an unattractive appearance, but causes the headlight intensity to decrease by as much as 70%. The Malco Headlight Restoration Kit not only removes the yellow, cloudy coating on the lens, but provides a protective sealant that has been tested and approved by Ford Motor Company to keep the headlight crystal clear for 3 years when properly applied. Let's see how it works. First, be certain you have the right tools and supplies, safety equipment, and the proper facilities for doing the restoration. The Malco Headlight Restoration Kit contains the following items: Malco Headlight Lens Repair Polish, Malco Lens Dryer, Malco Headlight Sealant, a box of P600 sanding discs, masking tape, a tack cloth, a drill adapter, a wool buffing pad, and an interface pad. This kit contains enough supplies to restore about 20 headlights. You'll also need an assembled Malco UV curing light. Detailed assembly instructions are located inside the curing light box. Other general shop supplies you'll need include a dual-action sander, a variable speed drill, a spray bottle of water or glass cleaner, a lint-free microfiber towel, and some basic safety equipment, including safety glasses, gloves, and an organic respirator. We recommend that you do the headlight restoration process indoors. Keeping the vehicle out of direct or reflected UV light and away from rain or wind ensure you'll get the best possible outcome. The 4 basic steps in the Malco headlight restoration process include removing the old lens surface by sanding and buffing, cleaning and drying the lens, applying the sealant, and curing the sealant. The goal in Step 1 is to completely remove the weathered factory coating and eliminate any discoloration from the lens so the lens is clear. Start by thoroughly cleaning the headlight with water or glass cleaner. Next, mask off the body surfaces surrounding the headlight to avoid any paint damage. Attach the interface pad and a sanding disc to the dual-action sander. A dual-action sander will be the most effective way to remove old weathered hardcoat. Begin wet sanding the headlight lens. Continue sanding until a uniform appearance is achieved. A properly sanded headlight will have a frosty appearance, indicating the old hardcoat has been completely removed. A non-uniform surface appearance indicates the factory coating remains on the lens. Use water and a towel to keep the area clean while sanding. When done, make sure all sanding residue is removed. Next, insert the drill adapter into the drill and place the buffing pad on the adapter. Set the drill speed to a higher RPM of approximately 1600 to 1800 RPMs. Shake well, then add a small amount of Malco Headlight Lens Repair Polish to the headlight, and buff the lens until you achieve a clear finish, adding more polish as needed. The next step in the process is cleaning and drying the lens. You should end up with a completely dry and dust-free lens. Using the lens dryer and a clean, lint-free towel, clean and thoroughly dry the lens surface. Remove the tack cloth from the package and unfold it completely. Loosely ball the cloth up and gently wipe the surface with very light pressure to remove any remaining dust and debris. The third step is applying the sealant. The goal here is to ensure complete coverage of the lens surface. Before we get to the application, there are a couple of key items to consider. First, The sealant cannot be applied in sunlight or exposed to direct or reflected UV light during application. Windy and rainy conditions can affect the smoothness of the sealant and its ability to cure. For these reasons, we recommend applying the sealant indoors. Second, it is important that both the lens and the sealant be at a temperature of at least 72 degrees Fahrenheit or 22 degrees Celsius. If the sealant can is cold, you can place the can in warm water no hotter than 90 degrees Fahrenheit or 32 degrees Celsius, or run it under warm tap water. If the ambient temperature of the area where you're restoring the headlight is less than 72 degrees, you should warm up the headlights by turning them on for 3 to 5 minutes prior to spraying the sealant. This will help the sealant flash quicker. Hold the can of headlight sealant approximately 6 inches from the surface of the headlight. With a side-to-side movement, spray a heavy coat over the surface of the lens with a small overlap with each pass. The sealant will run down the face of the lens and flatten to a smooth finish. If sags or drips appear, immediately apply more sealant to create a smooth, even finish. Some bubbles may appear when the sealant is first applied. This is normal and is an indication that the solvent is evaporating from the lens surface. The sealant has a self-leveling characteristic that will leave an even, smooth finish on the lens surface. At this point, the sealant can easily be removed from the lens surface by spraying the lens with a lens dryer and wiping with a lint-free towel. Allow 8 to 10 minutes for the sealant to run and flatten, and the solvent to flash. To speed this process, a heat gun or hair dryer can be used. Set the heat gun for high heat and low blow. Force flash the sealant for 1 minute, keeping the tip of the heat gun approximately 2 inches from the surface of the lens while continuously moving the gun across the lens surface to ensure even sealant flash. High humidity or moisture in the air could also cause the sealant to become cloudy after application. If this occurs, use a heat gun set for high heat and low blow to remove moisture and help the sealant flash properly. A hair dryer set on the highest heat level but the lowest blow setting can also be used. Once the sealant has been applied, remove the masking paper and inspect surrounding areas for any overspray or sealant. Wipe off any excess sealant from the surrounding bumper, hood, or fender areas using the lens dryer before exposing to sunlight or UV light. The final step is curing, using natural light or the UV light to set the sealant. If the weather is sunny to partly cloudy, the headlight can be cured outdoors. Pull the vehicle outside and allow the sealant to cure according to the following chart or until the lens is dry to the touch. If the weather is overcast, rainy, or snowy, you will need to use the UV light. A word of caution here. Exposure to UV light is hazardous, so wear eye protection to prevent damage to your eyes and never stare into the UV light for extended periods of time. Position the light so the guard is no more than ½ inch from the lens surface. Do not allow the guard to come in contact with the headlight assembly. Allow the sealant to cure 10 to 20 minutes or until the lens is dry to the touch. On large or unusually shaped headlights, the UV light may need to be repositioned several times to properly cure the entire headlight surface. The headlight is now restored. You've taken a yellowed, cloudy headlight and restored it to a crystal clear finish that will last for 3 years. You'll want to let your customers know that a freshly restored headlight should have a minimum of 8 hours of sunlight exposure before washing the vehicle. Thank you for using Malco brand products.